How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the work week. You maybe had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it's some market conditions. So you come here to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. So here it comes. Do they allow loud laughing in Hawaii, or just a low ha? Right, it's corny, right? So what we're going to be talking about today is SNDL, Sundial Growers, and an agreement that they just put together that came out earlier this morning, and I'm excited to actually share it with you guys. We were talking about, hey, SNDL needs to make moves with all of this cash that they have on hand. And from what I'm seeing right now and what they're doing in regards to strategic partnerships, I really like it. We see that they're trying to get into the edibles market, and we also see now they're trying to build out a space in the vape. But anyways, we're going to be going into more details when I share that article with you guys. And we're also going to be doing a technical analysis. We've seen a lot of recent price action in SNDL, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of some possible support levels that may occur if it continues to pull back. And then I'm also going to tell you what some areas are if you're trying to look forward to seeing a move to the upside and where we can start seeing a bullish trend start to come back. But we also do know, and we also are aware that this is a very volatile and it's a penny stock at the end of the day. But I won't take up any more of your time, so let's get into the technical analysis. We're going to go over that article, going over the partnership, and then we're going to be going over the short interest and also institutional ownership. And I'll give you guys my final thoughts afterwards. Let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis on SNDL Sundial Growers. So overall performance on the day ended up finishing at $1.02, being down 4.67%. As far as ranges on the day, on the low, it was $1.01, and then as far as on the high, it was $1.06. So seeing where it closed at $1.02, this is definitely an area where it's proven to have some support in the past. So what ends up happening if the stock decides to pull back even further? So the next level that you'd want to look out for would definitely be here around 93 cents. So when you see this gap, the next level to look forward to, because it will fall through that gap, is right here at 80 cents. So we definitely want to see how well it will hold up 80 cents. But what if it pulls back even further? If it pulls back even further, then the next level would be here around 75. And then the next level to look out for would definitely be around 67. And an absolute area of support is definitely here around 60 cents. So those are some areas that you want to be aware of. Right now in after hours, it's trading at around $1.03. So in order for it to start being back on a bullish pattern, it's definitely going to need to get above that 50-day EMA, as you can see here, and that's right around $1.19. So definitely reclaiming back to $1.20. We can see clearly right here, we have some resistance right here at this $1.08 level, and as you saw today at $1.06. So definitely would have to see SNDL get to back to $1.10, start making that moves and making it towards $1.20 so it could begin to be bullish again. But of course, one thing to take into consideration as well, there's a lot of volatility in the market. So if you are a long-term investor in SNDL, this might be a good time to look out for some areas. Maybe you might want to average down or add to your position, is keeping an eye on it, especially for this week, and see if it pulls back to those support levels like I spoke about previously. But from what we're looking at in regards to how it's been trending, especially if we see the 1 month chart, it's definitely going downwards. So that's why I was giving you guys those possible areas of support to actually look out for. And like I said previously, in order for it to return back to giving a bullish signal, I definitely do need to see it getting above $1.10 and then making some momentum, getting up to $1.20. All right, so we're now on fintel.io for SNDL Sundial Growers, and we want to take a look at the institutional ownership. We want to see what's been going down recently. So as we scroll down on the page, we already know that green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at what's going on, so we have some closed positions here, but let's just kind of look at what's been going on from March and on. So we can see Oxier Asset Management ended up closing their position, and this is taking into consideration that we're in March. This means that we've had several institutions opening up new positions since the beginning of March. So we have Main Street Financial Solutions, we also have Blackstone, we have Firethorn Wealth Partners, we have CNBS, and we also have Amrex as well, which is a fund. And when we take a look here, even if we take a look at CNBS, their shares in total is 1.3 million, almost 1.4 million to be exact. And also most recently on March the 31st with American Growth Fund doing 27,000 shares. So there are some institutions that are showing some interest in SNDL, and that's something good to see, especially if you are a shareholder yourself. And now what we're going to be checking out is the short interest. So as we scroll down, we can see the short volume ratio is at 33%. We're going to go down the page. As far as short shares availability, we have around 10 million. And we're going to scroll down further. The short borrow free rate is at 1.55%. And let's take a look at how it's been going in regards to the short volume ratio in the history. So currently, since we see it at 32.52%, we want to take a look. So on April 1st, it was at 32.3%. If we look at prior dates inside the past, it's definitely at a high, especially when we look at where it was recently at March the 22nd. It was at 30.54, ended up going down and going and fluctuating on many different occasions. But we could definitely see here at 32.52, that has been the high, and that's what's been happening as of late. So again, this is something to be aware of and also gives you more of an update in regards to the short squeeze potential for SNDL. All right, so we're going to go over this recent article that came out today for SNDL Sundial Growers. So Stigma Grow announces exclusive live resin concentrates contract with Sundial Growers. So let's get into it. So Stigma Grow and its parent company, Cannabis Capital Inc., are thrilled to announce they have entered into a third-party production agreement with SNDL Sundial Growers, a Health Canada licensed cannabis producer recognized for its small batch, at-scale, individualized room approach to produce a variety of Sundial's hydrocarbon BHO concentrates. Among other opportunities within the concentrates market, the new collaboration between the two Alberta-based companies will enable capitalization on the fast-emerging live resin vape market. Under the terms of the agreement, Sundial will provide its input for both fresh, frozen, and cured formats to Stigma to produce a variety of live resin and cured cannabis concentrates. Sundial expects to launch the products across Canada under the Top Leaf brand in Q3 2021. As of one of the first to market producers of true live resin, high terpene, full spectrum vape cartridges in Alberta, we reviewed many partnerships requests from some of the legal cannabis most recognized brands, but none provided the brand and business fit demonstrated by Sundial, said Travis McIntyre, CEO of Stigma. We look forward to working with this well-established Alberta brand long into the future and recognize the value that comes to those who partner strategically with like-minded visionaries. As part of our continued focus within the premium inhalable segment, we are pleased to enter into a concentrates partnership with Stigma, added Andrew Storter, President and Chief Operating Officer of Sundial. We believe this collaboration will provide our consumers with an excellent addition to our portfolio of cannabis products. In addition to this partnership announcement, the first 2 months of 2021 has seen the company's existing and new products accepted into Ontario, British Columbia, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, as education surrounding the quality and experience offered by live resin concentrate makes its way across the country to millions of recreational and medicinal consumers typically looking for something new and improved. Again, this is great news for SNDL. We've been waiting to hear some news, and hey, I like the direction of where they're going. So for my final thoughts for SNDL Sundial Growers, hey, this is something that we wanted to see. They're actually putting that cash to use. But I also see this did not have as big as an impact, or the market didn't really see it as a big deal, because again, this is just more so them cementing themselves even better in the Canadian market. But also it does give them an opportunity to actually expand their business. And by looking at it like this can have an effect on the overall earnings report and how much money they're actually bringing in, which is definitely something that is important if you are a shareholder or a long-term investor. Also, if you're doing short-term trade or swing trade type of opportunities, you need to be aware and watch the technical analysis video so you know those support resistance levels where you might want to set up a stop loss to minimize your risk as well. And also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. So what I'm looking forward to is seeing some more news and seeing some more press releases in regards to what else Sundial Growers has up its sleeves. I want to see some more agreements that could actually benefit them on the international front. I think if we see things like that, then it will have more of a better impact on the overall stock. In regards to the fact that, you know what, it helped them out in regards in the Canadian market, that is great. That is good. It's also in the area of vape, and that is an area that is up and coming as well, especially in the cannabis sector. So just seeing this, hey, it was something that was good to see, but we need to see a little bit more, especially if you are a shareholder. But at the end of the day, if you're looking at SNDL long term, prospects are looking good. They got cash on hand. They're putting the money to use. What more can you ask for? And they're focusing on growth and making partnerships and getting into strategic situations in regards to improving the overall company. Can't complain about that, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and we'll talk soon. Peace.